TikTok is officially banned, and I'm recording this video out of love and nostalgia for the beloved app and all of the amazing connections that I made there. The way that I got on TikTok was during the pandemic. I was writing a script about teenagers and asked my sister for advice because she had teenage children. She told me to download Musical.ly, which is what the kids are into. It took a few days before I learned that Musical.ly was actually TikTok, which was what I'd heard, a dancing and music app for kids. I like dancing and I think kids are neat, so I joined, and one of the first things I did was learn the Savage dance. Now, I have never been accused of being cool, and I hope that no one will ever charge me with that offense. However, with TikTok, I discovered something that wasn't exactly groundbreaking about the younger generations. I discovered that the kids are very cool and progressive, way cooler and progressive than the adults.
The CEOs are killing our futures. They don't care about anything but lining their own pockets.
And in fact, one of my first super duper viral ranting videos was about this very thing. A lot of what y'all consider disrespect is younger generations establishing healthy boundaries. Over the years, I found myself on this app wishing that more of the adults that I interacted with in everyday life could discover the open-mindedness that I was discovering on TikTok. After a while, I found that it wasn't just an app for the youth, it was an app for everyone. People from all over the world were exchanging ideas, art, information, comedy, and all kinds of amazing videos. It was a lot more earnest and didn't feel like one big superficial resume of overly produced, overly curated content, but it was real people who were really funny and creative and smart and resourceful and interesting and talented. Some of these people lived in their cars. Some traveled the world. Some did sex work. Some mowed lawns. Some people lived in mansions. This one lady created a quarry in her own basement.
I have a new problem. I'm running out of space for my castle building blocks.
I'm sorry, but these people are way more interesting than the people I've been allowed to see on any of the other apps. I found that people thought I was interesting and loved to hear my ideas and my poetry and my jokes. I started giving workshops, and I continue to give them. Some of the worst years of my life where I was made to doubt myself and feel like I wasn't smart enough or good enough, and days that I felt like my overall existence was a burden, I would get on TikTok and see comments from thousands of people calling me a genius and telling me that they were happy I existed. On top of this, during a time where companies are conducting fake interviews with people and finding a decent job feels damn near impossible, I was able to make money to support myself without even getting out of bed. TikTok's algorithm was far from perfect, but it is a billion times better than anything that Meta and Google have had to offer. This app has single-handedly given regular Americans more reach and therefore more ability to access community support.
You know how I was setting up that GoFundMe for you? So that was yesterday that I started that. In about 24 hours, over 21,000 people have donated to it.
Or grow their small businesses than all of the other apps combined. It cracks me up when people who have never been on TikTok refer to it as a dancing app for kids or consider it to still be for just young people, because it's a reminder that the most marginalized, Black people, queer people, disabled people, poor people, women, Indigenous people, and especially the youth are consistently underestimated, and that's what makes them the perfect arbiters of revolution. And that some of us are not going to know what's happening until it is at our doorsteps because we have no real appreciation of art. As I said before, no one can ever accuse me of being cool. However, I am an artist, and the only responsibility of the artist is to know the time in which they live. And I know what time that I live in. I clocked it on TikTok, pun intended.